Class is in session. This is part 3. I lost my part 3, so I had to delete it, and obviously I got to do it over again. So we're just starting off where we left off, and let's go.
I said, spit it out. I'm in the blue bubbles. Defendant said, hey, we're single and we don't have kids. We can do whatever we want. I responded, don't you have a boyfriend? Question mark. Defendant responded, where are you?
Boom. Okay, what have I been saying? Okay, so to me, the way I read it, hey, we're single. We don't have kids. We can do whatever we want, right? It's ambiguous, and women are good. That's Karen saying that, So, once again, if you don't know, this is Brian Higgins. He's trying to get at Karen Reed, and she's just stringing him along. This is the part 3. So, now, there's an outside chance she's just keeping him on the back burner. Now, he says, don't you have a boyfriend? Now, what have I said in these text message streams? The one who's asking the question is leading the conversation. And she hasn't answered one question. And women know this. Watch this. She asked him, where are you? Do you have a boyfriend? The answer will be yes or no. She answers, where are you? Now, if he was leading that conversation, do you have a boyfriend, right? Then the conversation would then turn into, yes, I do, or no, I don't, blah, 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 blah. But instead, he asked, do you have a boyfriend, to lead the conversation. She asked, where are you? Now who's leading? He says, Canton. Where? My office at PD. Where? Why are you going to Mansfield? Where is that? I see. She asked that question. She's asking another question. Guys, this is deft. This is a woman beating your butt, okay? She knows not to answer questions. And then she answers the question with the question. So, yeah, let's go. So remember, just real quick, the person who's leading the conversation is the one asking the question. Now, she sidestepped, and this is what you generally do with women, especially in the beginning. And they know what you're doing. If you sidestep a woman's question, watch her react. They will react. They know it. They know if they want to be a little booger. A woman, she knows when she wants to be a little booger, she'll ignore your question.
Said Canton. Defendant said, where? Question mark. I responded, my office is at the PD. Why are you going to Mansfield? Question mark. Defendant responded, where is that? I said, Canton PD. Defendant said, I have a house there from before I reconnected W. John. I responded, oh, I feel like you're not really saying what's on your mind.
Well, and that's funny because oftentimes your language exposes you, right? And he's not saying what's on his mind. And sometimes I don't get into projection, but what he's accusing of her is what he's doing. What is on his mind here? He really thinks she's pretty. And he wants to have a sexual relationship with her. And he may even want to have a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with her, right? And that's the key mistake he's making in this whole thing, is not being direct. Because right here he's asking her, I feel like you're not really saying what's on your mind. He wants her to say, John, I want to bang you. And maybe he'd be okay with John, I don't. And, he wouldn't. But he wants to hear, John, I want to bang you. That was on my mind and I just didn't say it. Do you think you really think... Right now, she knows if she wants to bang him or not. Okay? And I think she would entertain it if the right circumstances were there. It's not a strong... She would if it was a slow Tuesday right now. That's where she's at with it. Because she's with John. So, again, guys, be direct. And, so there's nothing wrong with being direct. Understand, when you are direct... You're gonna get rejections. Let's say he said, but here's the thing, the rejection you get or whatever. Let's say it's not a rejection because it was already no, right? Let's say he says, he instead of saying this, he says, do you want to bang or not? And she says, oh no, hell no, I'm just talking to you, dude. Well, no matter what he would have said. No matter what game he would have played, a lot of guys say game, which is not his thing. He can't talk her. He's not going to be able to talk her into bed. She either wants to or doesn't want to right now. And that's what he needs to ask. And they've known each other. They're in this little social group where it would be okay for him to ask that. She's old enough. She's a single girl. Sex is not a big thing to her as far as, oh my God, clutch my pearls. He can be very direct.
Like turn your attention to
But a lot of times it comes down to fear. Fear of hearing no. You have to get out of that mindset. Be okay with hearing no. Then you can move on to something more, more advantageous to you. Whatever it is. Whether it's, this ain't work. Look how much time he's wasting.
It's off and says, do you like me? Question mark.
Yes, clearly he's showing his thirst. Not good. He should have sidestepped that question. Do you like me? Hey, just schedule a time, I'm saying this is what he could have said. Hey, just let me know when you're ready to have sex, or just let me know when you're ready to come by my house, and let's get on with it. I want to give you this, be really honest. Come over to my house. See, here's the thing.
Clearly.
She's at John's house.
Come over my...
This is an empty request, but it's a titillation. And look at him go, win! Oh. Watch him, look at his thirst. Win works for you. And guys, if she can't produce, win works for you, exactly. He needs to lead this first of all. And this is what you have to recognize. This is why this is so it's complex. But I've done this thousands of times with women. Okay, come over to my house. That is bullshit game. She's at her boyfriend's house, so she means come over to my house someday. Okay, and then he says when. What he should say is, all right, I'll come over Monday. And then she can, I'm not be there Monday. Well, give me another day you're there. How about Tuesday? Whatever. When works for you. And what does he do? He gets indirect. Whoever, whenever, when works for you. Lead a situation. It's your job to lead a situation to sex, gentlemen.
Question mark. Defendant said, when works for you?
Exactly. And she's like, I asked first. It shouldn't be very hard for a man to go, are you messing with me? No, you're... And what's funny is he's messing with himself. Dude, just tell her when you can go. Dude, he's playing very passive aggressive like a woman. And now she gasses him up, and then she's playing with him. I'm glad you came over tonight to her boyfriend's house.
When works for you? Question mark. The defendant said, I asked you first. I responded, I think you're messing with me.
Listen, and here's very beta. Me too. I'm glad. Me too, Karen. Balls in your court. What do you want, Karen? You look, dude. You don't give compliments. She knows he likes her. He's already indicated he thinks he's good looking. No more fucking compliments. Ball is not in a woman's court. Ball is in a man's court. It's your world as a man. Lead things. It's not like, oh, my man, hear me roar. No. But as a man, women want you to lead. They want you to make decisions. And you do what you want to do. As a man, especially I'm 50 now, I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I'm not like, oh, no, I have the money to do it. I'm a retired guy. And, so I can do what I want to do. I don't have a boss. I don't have, mom and dad looking over me. I'm a grown adult. What do you want, Karen? Doesn't matter what she wants. It matters what you want. And you want to bang her. And if she doesn't want to bang you, then leave her alone. But you got to ask. And this is where you got to balls up, guys. Don't be afraid of a no. A no's okay. Too many pussies out here don't want to hear no. Or afraid they will.
Defendant said,
but at the end of the day, enter action with boldness. Law 28. You may hear a yes and say, come over now.
Over tonight.
They want you to ask.
Face. I responded, me too. Balls in your court. What do you want, Karen?
Okay.
You look great tonight.
Do not compliment. That's simping. What do you want, Karen? You don't care. I've already addressed that. But at the same time, what was I going to say? I had something to say about that. Me too. Well, anyway, I'll come back to it.
I can direct your attention.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Next page.
Okay, real quick. When a woman wants to bang you, she'll find a way to bang you. When a woman wants to bang you, you don't have to ask those questions. If you're asking those questions, she doesn't want to bang you enough.
5. The second to last blue bubble down the bottom, starting with, are you glad? Do you see that?
Are you glad you walked me out? Yes.
Page 35.
Are you? Yeah.
Where is it again?
Jeez. I mean, you gotta be cool hand Luke. Women want a cool, calm, collected guy.
Blue bubble.
Confidence is calm. Definitely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I said,
I got a kiss out of that. Oh yeah.
bubble, I said, are you
You're
glad
hot,
you
period.
walked me out, question mark.
And what's your response?
Defendant said, yes, with like semicolon, some type of remark there. Are you, question mark? And I said, DEF for
Def really cool. God.
If I could direct your attention.
She
to
thinks
the
he's a
next
punk.
page 36. Could please read it back.
So at the top, I'm in the blue bubbles, it says yes. Then I said, are you going home tonight or tomorrow?
He wants to know, is she going home so he can bang her away from her boyfriend's house? And does she answer? Once again, gentlemen, whoever is asking the question is leading the conversation. But the person asking the question, if they ask the question back, they are now leading. Every time she has done this, guys. Every time. That's not an accident. These women are amazing at their understanding of this stuff. I had to learn this stuff. We have to learn this stuff.
Texted, we kissed, comma, right? Question mark. So then I put a question mark on her question.
Okay, here we go, right here. When a woman wants to bang you, she'll find a way to bang you. He asked, are you going? So if this is you, I mean, I would know right away. Okay, he needs to know right now. Stop texting her, okay? Because this is the reason. Are you going home tonight or tomorrow? She's at her boyfriend's house, John O'Keefe, who's gonna die. But he's wanting her to go to her house because that's where they're gonna have sex. Because he's not gonna have sex with her at her boyfriend's house. And so when she answers a question like this, I don't know when I'm going home. I'm selling my what a trick question. You know, she's this right here. So she wasn't real clear. If she really wanted to bang you, she's like, I'm going home Monday, so come over Monday. No, she left it open because she doesn't really care.
Is this a trick question? Defendant said, I don't know when I'm going home. I'm selling my house with what I think is a smiley face.
No, it's
What a trick question and a couple of question marks.
Because she's gonna.
I responded, are you moving to Canton?
Because she's playing. Yeah, exactly. He's basically. Are you? Yeah. She's moving in with her. I think she's moving in with her boyfriend.
I'll lead with this. Defendant responded, I live here, but I have property in Enfield. I'm guessing it's Medfield. Defendant said,
Exactly.
Why my
Here you
lead?
go. Here you go, gentlemen. Why my lead? I don't want to. The woman has to tell him how this works. I don't want exactly. Don't.
Don't want any responsibility. I responded, you started this, right? Question mark. Why did you get my number? And
It doesn't matter. Once again, I have to be a broken record. It doesn't matter why she got your number. Ask her why. I'm telling you, ask her directly. Did you get my number to have sex with me? Because I really want to, don't say it like that. Look, you got my number. Let's get together. I want to bang you. That's it. You really do say that. Let's get together. Let's knock this out. I want, whatever. Still have not told me, and you still haven't asked. Or set up a time to go bang her, because it's your job as a man. Set up a date. Hey, Monday, let's grab some drinks. He could say, you got my number now let's use it. Let's go to Friday to go Billy Bob's bar, and let's have some drinks at 7. It's right down the street from my house. You can signal things like that. And then we'll go to my place after. That's what you can say. Instead of, still had not told me.
it says, each out to me. It meant to say, reach out to me. I then said,
and
still have not told me.
And she's gonna hold plausible deniability that she's keeping him on the back burner because she's got a boyfriend, and she's gonna be like, I didn't say we were gonna have sex. I just was saying that you were alike and blah blah blah. So she wants to play right in the middle, because if she ever needs to have sex with you when she breaks up with her boyfriend, now she can say, oh no, I want to the whole time. She needs to stay in the middle, keep you waiting. See what happens with her boyfriend, because things are kind of rocky a little bit, and that makes her feel more secure. But she can't tell you overt. She doesn't want to have sex with you right now. It's pretty clear.
And sir, if I could direct your attention to the next page 37 and ask you to read from that.
Defendant said, sorry, should I not have? I responded, I'm fine with it.
That's a good
Just
answer.
don't know why you can't answer. Defendant said, you're mad at me?
Because look at that. Look at that. Now answer the question with the question. Boom.
I said-
And now he gets mad. Oh my God. No, not. Oh wait, no. You're mad. Oh my God. Not at all. I still want to bang you. You're being silly. I mean, this is thirst, dude.
She, no, not at all. You're
I
being
told
silly.
you.
Defendant said,
I
I
just
told
think-
you, exclamation point.
A woman that wanted to bang you would not say this. She's keeping it in the middle and ambiguous. I just think you're like me and I'm attracted to you. A lot. BS.
I think you like me and I'm attracted to you. And then she said,
BS.
a lot. I responded, feeling is mutual. I just never saw this coming. Defendant said, why? Question mark.
Exactly. That's lack of confidence. You should have saw it coming, and that's drying up her JJ, because you should have saw it coming. You need confidence. Don't say, I never knew anyone like. How would anybody like me? Brian Higgins. How would anybody like me?
Because I
That's what
just
she's saying.
assumed you were happy with your situation. Defendant responded, I was, but things have deteriorated.
And that's why she's talking to you. Read between the lines.
The next page, 38.
As a backup, but she still loves John.
I said, why? Question mark. How so? Question mark. What did Melissa say when
Look at this little bitch asking, what'd she say? What is gossiping?
for my number? Question mark. Defendant
And I'm just gonna say, she's gonna start bitching about John's kids, which belonged to his sister, which she passed away, and John has taken responsibility and adopted them, and he's doing a solid. He's a badass. But Karen Reed's having an issue with being a stepmom or helping John raise them, and it's causing friction. But I do want to bring up this point. Women also often try to shame men for not wanting to date single moms and not wanting to raise their kids. And what I will say is, it is strong for men not to want to do that, and it's okay for you to be okay with that. I'll also bring up, I'm going to do a Malcolm X deal. He's got a real good autobiography, and he's, I'm consider myself red pill. Well, Malcolm X was red pill. His mom, his father passed or was murdered. Malcolm X was his father was, and his mom started dating another man who she really liked. But Malcolm X, even at a young age, said she had, I think, 7 kids, and he said he could understand why the man left, his mama, because of all of us, and we were a burden on him. Even he understood it. So kids are a burden on someone, especially when they're not yours. So women have an issue with it, men have an issue with it. Don't let women shame you because you don't want to date a single mom.
It is
and really, anyway, we'll leave it there.
complicated. He and I dated when we were kids, and then his sister died and everything got fucked up. I responded, he seems very into you. Defendant responded,
Just like you.
I just told
She's hot.
Melissa that I had your number but lost it. I said, that's cute. She wasn't suspicious?
Oh,
Question
Lord,
mark.
no.
Defendant responded, no, she's...
And by the way, women don't care if another woman's hoeing out. They don't care. They support hoeingness because they all hoe. I'm not trying to be rude. They just, women, we got to understand that. Take a, I want to make this point. Women are not that moved by sex. They're really not. I mean, they are when it's good, whatever, when they're having it with someone they really like. But as far as generally, men, we're more it's more of a scarcity to us. It's more of we don't have it. They've had a lot more of it. Seriously. Women, it's their primary agency, and, it's just, they can wax the floor with us, with it, they're just not, it's not a big deal to them. So, they want to, they try to act like it is, but it's not.
I responded, does she know you like me? Question mark. Defendant responded, she's a sweetie. We just agreed you are great. With another smiley type face.
And sir, if I could
Like
direct
a
you to
buddy.
page 40.
See, she's keeping it right in the middle.
Ask you to read from that.
Defendant said, yeah, but where is...
But see here, his goal is to bang her. Look at all this fluff, because she's bored. She wants attention, and her boyfriend's not giving her attention. He's got his 2 kids from his sister he's trying to raise, and he has his dad, I think, is whatever. But he's busy, so she's bored. He probably didn't have a lot of time to deal with her, right? And so she's bored, and so this is why you don't. If your goal is to bang, You need to work on that and nothing more. We don't need to do all this. This is wasting your time.
I have had all my shit here for a couple of years and my house has been vacant, but I'd like to get closer to the water. I responded, are you breaking up or staying together?
Yeah. Are you gonna bang me? Are you gonna do it? When can I bang you? Or when are you single? That's what he wants to know. That's what I'll just ask her, you know?
Defendant responded, I don't know. He hooked up with another girl on vacation.
So she's keeping it in the middle. Oh, we might. I don't know. She doesn't want to.
I'm very
she
close
loves
to
him.
his niece. It is a very fucked up situation. I responded, when was that and how did you find out he hooked up? Question mark.
Yeah, she misrepresents that, guys. Half truths. He kissed another girl allegedly. Half truths. And it really made her want him more.
Complicate your situation. Defendant responded, we went away for New Year's.
If you don't, okay, you're the man, you're the leader, guys. If you don't want to complicate the situation, like I said in the first video, you should not be trying to pick up on your buddy's girl. So if you don't want to complicate it, then let your actions speak louder than your words, and leave her the fuck alone. You're doing some beta male stuff.
I put the kids to bed and found him in the lobby of our hotel.
Trying to pick up on his buddy's girl. It's beta male as hell. Beta male AF.
All over one of our friends. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I responded, it does matter.
The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. If she's mad, she still has feelings for him. If a woman's not mad about you doing this, then she doesn't have feelings for
Now,
him.
as far as that indication that she made to you, is it through text communications or in person? She indicated.
And what do I say too?
Time
Hold
where-
on. Okay, good.
So there was an occasion that the defendant stopped at my house. And again, the conversation that took place at my house was in relation to, again, sussing out and trying to figure out if this was everything that I stated before. Like, was this legitimate? Was she seriously interested in me? Was she at the end of her relationship with John? And during that, there was touch on that topic, and I became to realize, it was my understanding at that point that this incident took place in Aruba on New Year's Eve, based off the text messages and the conversation at my residence.
This was something that she brought up not only in the text communications with you, but in person in communication with you as well.
Yes, I mean, outside of being over there for the game, there was only one time that the defendant and I ever interacted on a one-on-one basis.
If I could direct your attention to the next page, 41, and ask you to read from that.
So I'm in the blue bubbles, and I said, "Did they bang?" Question mark. The defendant responded, "Does that matter?" Question mark.
Yeah, it does.
I said, "Sorry, I was just asking. I was just trying to figure."
Don't say sorry.
Oh, defendant responded, "It doesn't really matter." I said, "Okay, I won't ask again." Defendant's,
Yeah, exactly. Look at him, little. Don't ask. I won't ask again. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
Yes,
with a
you
smiley
do.
face.
Yes, she does. Yeah, see.
It doesn't matter. I said, I responded back, "Okay, hear you loud and clear, Karen." Defendant responded,
Okay.
Okay. I responded, "Why are you getting?"
Okay. Also, whoever has the more colors, which he's blue. Is there more blue? Yes, there's more blue. And is there more talking in the blue? Yes. Look at the different. Whoever has the more words is less in control. Little words, little words, little words, little words. This is Karen. These are Karen's. Him. Look at his. You know, if you take it back from here, look at the blue. Look how long the blue lines are. That means he's not in power. He's not in control. She has the power. You can go through your phone and look at text messages you've had with girls in the past.
Simple questions. Then I typed on. Defendant responded, "I'm not. I am?" Question mark. I responded, "You're kind of getting defensive." Defendant responded, "Not at all," with an exclamation point.
So if I could direct your attention to page 46. Ask you to read from that.
A little kiss. See, she tried to get him titillated.
Defendant is in gray. She said, we did kiss earlier, comma, no, with an exclamation point. I responded in blue bubble. I think you initiated that, no.
That's not an exclamation point, it's a question mark.
Defendant said, yep. Do I owe you an apology? Question mark. I said, OMG, no. Why are you being sensitive?
What? No, you are, bro. Oh my God, no. Oh no, Karen. It's okay, you kiss me.
Responded, I'm not. I responded, kinda. There's a P and a FFT, never. Responded by the defendant.
Jesus.
What do you want from me? Question mark.
To bang, bro.
I responded, what's on the table? Question mark. Defendant said, what do you want ideally? Question mark.
Oh, the real deal.
I responded, the real deal.
And she blows him.
Responded, it doesn't exist.
She blows him. She crushes his dream. Don't do that, guys. Men and women will be turned off by that. I mean, women know players because the women have usually had a lot of sex with players because players are the ones that get sex. And they like the way players act. And players go, hey, girl, we're going to bang a little bit. And then we're going to see. He's like, the real deal. Beta male. Real deal, Karen. We want to be a girlfriend. When she's still in a relationship. Wrong answer. She wanted to hear bang. Drying her up, dude.
I could direct your attention to page 57, sir. And ask you to read from that.
It starts off in blue. I said, I can go to any base, but usually Hanscom and Bedford are down to the Cape. Defendant responded, which base down the Cape? Which branch? I said, Army's Army. Defendant said, I'm not abnormally sensitive. I responded, Joy Base Cape Cod. I won't be so hard on you. Defendant responded, OMG, you're not. You called me trouble. That makes me sound bad. I responded,
yeah, hey, that's where you say, and that's okay, because I like bad girls. A perfect line, dude.
You. Defendant responded, you weren't.
Oh my God, you're not. You called me trouble. That makes me sound bad. I would have been like, and I love bad girls. Dude, you gotta know, dude, because I've answered that question 100 times.
I responded, stop being sensitive, please. Defendant
no, learn how to answer sexually a question.
I'm not.
She was trying to get you to call her a bad girl.
So in reference,
and not judge her.
That page of text communications, you made reference to a base down the Cape, is that right?
Yes.
And where is that in relation to where you live in Barnstable County?
So I can utilize one of the gates to get onto the base. I can get fuel. I can shop. I then can hit the Bourne Bridge, and I would use that as a cut through at the time when I was splitting my time between two different properties.
Is there also like a duty-free shop there?
There is, yes.
And at some point throughout the course of text communications that you offered to pick something up for the defendant from that shop?
I believe so.
If I could direct your attention to page 60. And ask you to read from that, sir.
Defendant said, I don't know, question mark. It's an old colonial. It has a lot of bedrooms with kind of an emoji. I responded, more than you clearly need. Are you moving to Canton, question mark. Defendant said, I know, seriously. Some rooms I only go into dust. Not anytime soon. I'm there most of the time, but sometimes it's a lot. I responded, a lot, why, question mark. Defendant responded.
Oh, here we go.
I then said, do you even know what you want, question mark, or who?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You doesn't matter. You do what you want.
Because I went from being solo to trying to give attention to kids.
There you go, see? So don't let women shame you for not wanting to be a stepdaddy.
Aren't mine. And I never wanted kids.
And most people don't want other people's kids. That's just the
thing. I responded, I thought you were happy in this. I thought you were in this happy relationship.
Don't ever let a woman shame you for not wanting stepkids. They don't want them either.
responded, everyone is happy at the hillside.
If I could direct your attention to the next page, 61, and ask you to read from that.
So it starts off with the defendant. It said, everyone is happy at the hillside, exclamation point. I responded, oh God, you avoid things.
No, you do.
Defendant
You avoid
responded,
being direct.
It's just very, very complicated dynamic with the four of us. He isn't cut out.
Hey, look, she's just saying, dude, I'm going to say it's complicated to throw you off. You know, if a woman wanted to bang you, she'll find a way to bang you. This is not finding a way to bang you.
Doing, and the kids present constant issues. I responded, I think he believes he is doing the right thing.
Yep.
Defendant responded, well, of course he is, but his heart isn't in it. It's only because he was very, very close to his sister. I responded back, I know how you feel, kinda. I was married, and when I met her, she had a 2.5-year-old.
Yep.
I went from being single to being a dad.
Yep,
It's
it
hard.
sucks. It sucks.
Then I said, I'm divorced since 2017 and have no kids.
So, see, Karen, I have no kids. That's a plus. That's a plus.
Read from that, sir.
I beat John.
I said, I'm divorced since 2017 and I have no kids. Defendant responded, I try very hard, but they are very spoiled and they're not my family.
Bingo.
My parents keep telling me I'd feel
They wish she would. She would, see? Women don't like stepkids just like guys don't. Once again, I'll repeat. Don't ever let women shame me for not wanting stepkids. This is why it's so good to look at these text messages, these criminal cases. You get those private faces.
if they were mine or my own sisters.
Yep.
Then I told you he got drunk and sloppy on NYE while we were away, and that has really affected me. I responded, what did he exactly do? Question mark. Defendant responded, I never got married.
And once again, you don't ask about another dude, a girl's dude. That's none of your business. You're sniveling. She's gonna know it. And you know, yeah. You want to bang her. This is all wasted time. Especially, it's kind of just feminine to ask about another guy.
Somehow I'm arguing someone about raising kids with an emoji. I responded, why don't you tell me? Question mark. Defendant responded, he was a puddle all day and then disappeared. Then I found him all over our friend's sister in the lobby of our hotel, and she's gross, which I think may actually be worse. Not sure. I responded, oh God, did they bang?
Yeah, you don't want a girl to see you kissing an ugly girl.
I'm in the blue. I said, did they bang? Question mark. Defendant said, so I was the kids celebrating New Year's. I think it's without him, which shouldn't be my role. No, I doubt it. He was a mess. I said, was it the first time with her, or do you think there were others?
Hey, see, he's and this a beta male will stir the pot.
Responded, I don't really think there were others. I'm with him all the time. He never seems to want to go anywhere.
But he loves you.
Without me. But honestly, the issues with the kids bother me more than him actually cheating.
Yeah.
They are constant, and it feels like a lose-lose.
Yeah.
I responded, you clearly have a lot of feelings swirling inside you. Defendant responded, yeah, it's very complicated.
Yeah, so stay away from this chick.
Sorry for the rant. I responded, or began to respond, you can vent, babe.
No. First of all, she cannot vent. You're not banging her. You're not her therapist. Maybe if you're banging her, you could play fake therapist. She's not your babe. You want what you can vent, babe. No, she cannot, because you're wasting your time. And now it is signaling beta male.
The next page.
She knows players wouldn't listen to her crap.
Defendant said, basically, I just feel like I spread myself too thin, and sometimes it's thankless.
Yeah.
I responded, Defendant
Once again, I'll just add, don't let women shame you for not wanting to be a stepdaddy. She clearly doesn't.
responded, you probably felt that way too. I responded, I did at times. It was one, not two, thankfully. Defendant responded, want to grab a drink? Question mark. I responded, if you gave me some notice, I could have. Defendant responded, you in capital letters said you were adaptable. I responded, I am, but I have my work truck with me and not my personal. Do you get angry when you don't get your way? Defendant responded, that sounds like an excuse. I rarely get my way.
BS.
Now, as far
BS.
as her invitation, is that something that occurred on one time or more than one time?
I believe it was more than one time.
And at any point in time, other than the two you've already recounted as far as going over to Mr. O'Keefe's house for the football game, or the defendant stopping by your apartment in West Roxbury, were there any other occasions you went out over the defendant's house or out with the defendant by yourself?
No, never.
And sir, if I could direct your attention to page 74. Ask you to read from that.
Defendants said, are you single? Question mark. I responded, yes. Defendant said, I don't think it's out of left field. Wasn't I already begging you to come
No.
over last Saturday? Question mark, question mark. I responded, you getting my number from Melissa and reaching out to me? Question mark. Defendant said, and on vacay and probably a few other occasions. I responded, you didn't, it should say you didn't really beg. Defendant said, I asked at least twice. How do people usually reach out to each other? Question mark, question mark. I responded, why would I have thought you had any interest?
Never
in
answer like that.
Question
Never answer like that. That shows lack of confidence.
Usually do it when they do live with, usually do it when they do live with someone. And then I said, do not do it. Defendant responded, maybe, maybe not.
Thank you, sir. If I could direct you to page 77.
So I'm gonna stop it right here. I may be off a little bit. Let's see. Oh, John, yeah, John is okay, but I may be off a little bit, and I may have overlapped. But that I just wanted to get part 3 in. And as you see, women don't want stepkids. Don't let them shame you. Be direct. Don't beta males or indirect. Don't answer questions. Ask the person leading the conversation, the one asking questions. You saw how she never answered his questions. That shows dominance. Be direct and say what you want. Be okay to hear no. That'll be all for today.